You'll notice on the back side where we traditionally have our connection hookups, we have nothing here. Ta-da, there we go. We have everything right here on our power supply. So cool. Hey everyone, Digital David here. Today in this video, I'm going to be checking out the Corsair RM850x Shift series power supply. I did receive this sample to review, but any opinion expressed in this video is strictly my own. That being said, if you're interested in this power supply or you want to find out more about it, the link to it will be in the video description. This is the 850 watt version. It's also available in 1000 and 1200 watts. You might notice front and center we have our little shift information right here. That's what makes this power supply unique. All of our connections and hookups are right on this side for easier access. Also, this is ATX 3.0 with PCIe 5.0 support up to 300 watts. Moving it right along to the back side, we'll learn more about this power supply. In Corsair fashion, we have our 0 RPM mode, which is great. That's for the fan. And we have 80+ gold certification. And this power supply comes with a 10-year warranty. Now let's go ahead, let's open it up and look at the contents. Here are all the contents. First up, we have our safety information, followed by our zip ties and screws for cable management and installing the power supply. We have our power cable right here, followed by all the included cables for our power supply unit. A lot of PCIe cables in here, a lot of SATA cables. You get the idea. And lastly, we have the power supply itself. Let's go ahead, let's look at that in more detail. Here's a look at the unit up close. You'll notice we have our Corsair logo and branding right here. Moving right along, you'll notice on the back side where we traditionally have our connection hookups, we have nothing here. So let's shift it around to the other side and ta-da, there we go. We have everything right here on our power supply. So cool. I mean, look at that. Look at how awesome that is. Let's get it nice and close. See everything in here that we can connect it to. And keep in mind, designed for use with genuine Corsair Type 5 cable sets only. On this side, we have our toggle on and off switch and our wall power cable connection. Flipping it up, we have our RM850X with additional product info. This is an 850 watt power supply. And looking at the final side, you'll notice we have our 140 millimeter fan, Corsair's logo and branding, and a little sticker letting us know that silent operation at low to moderate loads. In this mode, the fan will not spin. So if you don't see the fan spinning, don't worry. Chances are everything is working fine for you and your power supply. This does have the 0 RPM fan mode feature. But look at that. On the side right there, we have our shift with our unique connection style and layout. Before installing the power supply, I wanted to test it out, so I'm using the Thermaltake Dr. Power 2 just to get a couple of quick readings to make sure that everything is as advertised. Now keep in mind, I am not any sort of power supply guru, data snob, engineer, things like that. So hopefully these values point you in the right direction for whatever you're looking for. So we're gonna power it on. You'll notice some beeping right away. This is due to the fact that it's going to alert us and tell us that the -5 volt reading is too low. From my limited knowledge, it doesn't appear that most modern day power supplies even have a -5 volt or 12 volt. I could be wrong, but that is what I'm gleaning here. So of course it's low because it's not going to register any value because it's not being provided with these modern power supplies. This tool is like over 10 years old, so just keep that in mind as well. But anyways, let's power it on. We're going to test out everything you see here from our motherboard to the PCI to our CPU. So first up, we're looking at our test results right here. So far, so good for our +5 volt. We're right at 5 volts. For our +12 volt, we're right at 11.9. And for our +3.3 volt, we're right at 3.2. So well within range there. Then you'll notice the F for the -12 volt, that again is too low because from my understanding, it's not reading anything because this doesn't supply that. 5 volt standby right at 5. And our power good, this measurement is in milliseconds. We're at 185. Typically you want to be anywhere between 100 and 500, so we're well within that range. PCI's next, we're showing a result of 11.8 for our 12 volts right there. That's good. And then we have our CPU, we're showing 11.9 for our 12 volts. That's also good. So everything passed our initial test. It's working right out of the box. We have the power supply installed in our build. We're using the Height Y40 case here. everything's working great as you would expect. Wanted to show you the back side too. We still have our panel on. It was able to fit nice and flush, even with that kick out Swift side connection option. So let's pop it off and you'll see right there what we're talking about. Our beautiful power supply with all of our cables routed right out the side instead of the back. Let's look at this up close. Here's a nice close-up of the back. It's so nice and convenient to have everything visually accessible, right? You can see everything and you can get up close and remove or add any cables as needed. Much better than trying to do all that through the back like a traditional power supply. This unit's smaller than the 1000 and the 1200 watt versions, but they stick out further back here, which can be an issue with cables being too close or blocking airflow in this particular case. So that could be a reason why you might want to have a power supply like this. Now it's time to talk about GPUs. We're using the MSI 3070 Ti that has your regular PCIe connection option, but I do want to point out that this power supply does come with the new 12-pin option for you to use. Just keep in mind the TDP supported is 300 watts or less. So maybe you have a Founders Edition card that meets that criteria from 3000 series, then you could use this cable. Also, if you're going to be using the new 4000 series GPUs from NVIDIA with the 12-pin cable, then I believe, if I am understanding everything correctly, you could use a 4070 Ti or below, because the 4070 Ti has 285 watt TDP, and anything below that wouldn't be an issue to use with the included cable. If you need more juice than that, I believe you're going to have to get a larger power supply like the 1000 watt or the 1200 watt version, because the 1000 watt supports 450 watts and the 1200 watt version supports 600 watts or less. Here are my final thoughts in regards to this power supply. First thing I want to say is it's great to see kind of a stagnant and boring computer part or component continue to have innovation. So hats off to Corsair to give us this nice feature and to give you a choice to choose for your build how you want your power supply layout to be, the traditional way, or do you want it off to the side? For some of you with the builds, the cases, the things that you're doing, this is going to be a non-negotiable for you and a great choice. It will come at a premium, but I'm guessing by that point, it's not going to matter to you. So you'll pay a premium to get that feature. So make sure you're taking advantage of it. If you're not, you're better off with another Corsair power supply and saving a couple of bucks or choosing another brand altogether. But ATX 3.0 is great to give you some future proofing, and 0 RPM fan mode makes this unit really quiet. You won't notice it at all under those low and medium loads without the fan even spinning up. They did give us a nice fan at 140 millimeters, so I'm grateful for all the parts and components. And lastly, I expect it to last for decades to come, thanks to its 10-year warranty. Most likely, that's kind of a moot point, because at that point, with the way technology changes, you'll probably have redone and upgraded your build all across the board, maybe even gone through a couple of computers in that 10-year time span.